It is to see you. I'm Kate, and I'm presenting from the Oilsome team late this afternoon. So it's been a bit of a crazy day at my house. We've had workers here installing aircon. They're still out in front of me. So I've found the nearest window that's going to give me as much light as possible. And these lovely men are actually looking through the window at me. So there we go. Must be quite interesting. So we are here today to talk about Money Saving Monday. So I'm pretty excited about that because I do like to save a few dollars, and hopefully you do too. And so, you know, it's always good to discuss how Young Living can help us do that. And if you are new to Young Living or new to anything to do with low tox, let me know. I'd love to find out where you're from, particularly where you're from, but also where you are on your journey. Once upon a time, I knew nothing about low tox, and just knew nothing. So if you are in that position, then let me know. If you're not, and you've been in the journey for a while, then let me know that too. That'd be great. Great to hear. I just want to hear your voice. Hear your voice in the room. Always really important. So if someone has sent you this link to watch this seminar, then that's really great. Have a chat with them afterwards, because when you see some of the things that we're going to talk about today with regards to thieves, you'll want to get started straight away. You'll want to call up the person who gave you that link and say, yep, let's just do this. Let's just get started. The biggest step is always the first step, and then after that, you can just start running, right? So what is low tox? Let's get started. Before I kind of get into the household cleaner, I just wanted to clarify a couple of things about what is low tox. All right, you might have heard that expression and wonder what it is. And so let's just talk it through. It's simply the recognition that many of the products that are available on the shelves in the supermarkets actually have a lot of chemicals in them, and those chemicals are not good for you. And so what's great, I think, is that in our wider world, we've become a little bit more aware of that, and we are now shopping with a little bit more of an awareness of what chemicals, that there are actually chemicals in our products, and that we really need to think about reducing those. So that's really good. Possibly where we don't understand or don't, what's the word I'm looking for? So it's not so much we don't understand, is that we don't realize that on the products that we are buying, we might see the word organic, we might see the word, grapefruit and apple extract, and that's all really great, and it looks great. And usually those products have some beautiful, labeling. But the problem is that there are still some hidden nasties in those particular products, right? So what I want to bring awareness to is that one of those things that we don't know, or sometimes we don't realize, is that the word fragrance on the back of those products is usually hiding something quite sinister. And it's a combination of chemicals that go in to make up a smell. And that is why we will have not only chemicals in a product to take out the dirt and all the things that we want to use, and I'm particularly talking about cleaners, all right? But we also have chemicals that go into the word fragrance, or go into the concoction that is fragrance, to actually hide the smell of the chemicals that are in the product as well. So it's a bit of a double whammy, you know? And in fact, in our country, in Australia, 5% of our product only has to be organic for it to be labeled organic. So you can see it's pretty easy to walk along, see something that is got some sort of really pretty labeling with the word organic, and we actually call that greenwashing, because when you turn it over, you can see that it's actually not that. It's actually got the word fragrance in there, which tells you that there's chemicals. And then when you look at the other ingredients, which I'll leave you to research, there are some real nasties. And so what happens is you see that, and you see a price and think, this is great, this is my price point, it's got the word organic, into the trolley it goes, and we just keep moving out to the checkout. So low tox products, on the other hand, are very different. They don't have chemicals, and they are actually derived from plants. So what that means is, you and I both know that plants are pretty good for us, and they're organic. They really are organic. And when we are using products that just have plants in them, plant derived, and mineral extracts as well, we tend to have a much, much better product to work with. But I'm going a little bit ahead of myself because I've heard it said by a few people, but Kate, I'm a domestos girl, or, you know, I'm a bleach queen, or, you know, Jif, that's probably an old one. That's what my mum uses, has used. So Jif and whatever, Wham Bam or whatever it's called. So sometimes we tend to think, yeah, but I know that when I use those products, Kate, that area is clean. It's so bombed. That's what I need. And believe me, I'm hearing you, because when my children were young, and I have three boys, when they were young and I was trying to keep on top of their toilet, I hope they're not watching. You know, I used to bomb it with the kettle and then just stick in bleach in the bowl and then spray all types of things around the outside, in the hope that by just doing that, I would kill whatever until the next time I got in there, which was usually the next day. So I understand that idea that these chemicals, we feel safe with them, but there is such a dark side to those chemicals and our health. And I'm going to leave it up to you to research that, because that's really important that you know exactly why there is a dark side and what actually that means. So there is a place where you can go called PubMed, and it's short for public medicine. And I go there a lot and do a lot of research there. And it's peer-reviewed articles that have come out of longitudinal and short-term studies that have been done based around different aspects of health. So for instance, there is one particular article I know that exists that says a person who cleans all day, you know, a house cleaner goes into houses and cleans, maybe 3 to 4 houses a day. The amount of chemicals that they're exposed to is equal to the amount of chemicals that a smoker who smokes a pack of cigarettes a day is exposed to. And what that means is that as that person is cleaning using those chemicals, and we're talking about those commercial products that are available to us on our shelves at the big supermarkets, as they are using those chemicals, they are breathing them in. All right. And that's pretty much the way that a lot of our chemicals get in, as well as through our skin, which is our biggest organ in our body and which absorbs a lot. So these people are inadvertently taking in a huge amount of chemicals. So what about us that are maybe only cleaning our own houses? Well, the same is true. We are still taking those chemicals in, whether it's by our skin, whether it's by inhaling, and it's just not good. There are better options. When you know better, you do better, right? So that's what we want to do today. We want to talk about the Thieves Household Cleaner and how we can save money using that. So let me get on to that. Firstly, I'm only going to showcase this one product today, because if you are anything like me, all right, life's pretty fast, pretty hectic, and you just need to know the facts and need to get out of there. So let's get on with it and let's do that. So Thieves Household Cleaner is where I started. I have, as I said, I've got 3 sons. One of them, the oldest, had some real problems with his with allergies. So he had like a rhinitis. He was under an immunologist, and he was in his 3rd year of having medication through needles and what so. So he had actually improved in that method, using that method. But every time we were going for those needles, he was really in a bad way. So he would pretty much lose half a day of school because the needles at the site of injection were causing him a lot of grief. And then within a few days, he was still waking up sneezing. And so, you know, he was having to take a lot of medicine to try and quash that, you know, the sneezing and the real discomfort that comes, as you know, if you've ever had hay fever, it's a shocking feeling. It's quite debilitating. So I started because a great friend introduced me to this and said to me, listen, one thing you've really got to think about is reducing the toxins in your home. Say what? I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? So she went on to explain exactly what I've spoken to you about today, about the chemicals, not only in what we use to clean, but also what we put on our body, right? What we use to wash our clothes in, wash our hands in, wash our dishes in. They're everywhere through all the products we use. So I went home from her house and I'd ordered this, and this came in the mail. And this is a concentrate. And so one capful of this particular product in a 500 ml bottle like this is actually going to come out. I'm just going to consult my notes here so that I don't give you the wrong information, comes out at, wait for it, drum roll please, $1.22. So for $1.22, I can fill up using 1 cap full of Thieves Household Cleaner into this bottle. But I probably have not done the best service here, because what I haven't told you is that this particular product is based on an essential oil blend called, just got to put that up again, so it might be backwards for you, Thieves. So Thieves is a blend of cinnamon, it's a blend of clove, it's a blend of eucalyptus radiata, it's got lemon in it, and it's also got rosemary. Those 5 oils, I always have to try and remember them. And the great thing about that blend of oils, it's got all typical oils. Well, I know that eucalyptus radiata smells amazing, and it certainly cleanses. It feels like it opens up my passages when I'm breathing that. Lemon too, and we use lemon for lots of different things around the house in terms of our cleaning and also cleansing. And the other one that I love in here is clove. So clove is a plant, and in fact, I probably haven't done that well. There are those 5 different ingredients that I've just spoken about, the essential oils, are 5 different plants. All right. So those 5 plants are distilled and they are blended into this oil. And then that particular oil is what this particular cleaner is based on. And as I said, it's plant derived, right? So when we use this cleaner and we put it into something like this, I will use this everywhere. And because this, I actually do something a bit different. So I saved myself a fair amount of money by buying this 1.8 giant 1.8 litre of Thieves cleaner. And the reason I do that is because the value in here is huge. And that's how I can actually make this for $1.22. All right. Even though, not to confuse you, that's the actual cap that I use. All right. So hopefully that doesn't confuse you. So that is a wonderful cleaner. I use it everywhere. One of the things I do to make it a little bit more helpful in the boys' bathroom, because they still live here, obviously, and they still use the toilet, I will put in 2 caps into this, so I'll effectively double the price of that, around the $2.40 mark. And I can tell you that will probably last me, in each bathroom has one, and I have one under the sink in the kitchen, and I have another one under the sink in the laundry. So all the wet areas. And each of these possibly lasts me about three months, if not a little bit more or less, depending on what's going on. School holidays, we tend to be cleaning a lot more, obvious reasons. So that one I might use it a bit more. And like I said, a family of 5, if you have less people in your family, you're probably going to be not going to be swapping it out as much. The other thing I use my Thieves cleaner for is I make this amazing soft scrub, and this comes out at this whole jar, and this was full. This comes out at around about the $6.50 mark. So I don't know what this is. I don't know whether this to me looks like it might be 500 mils. I reckon possibly more, maybe 600 or 700 mils would go in here. And you can see my fancy labeling, Thieves Soft Scrub. This is amazing around all of the stainless steel in the house, whether it's the cooker, whether it's the stovetop, whether it's the sink. I will use that there. In places, in shower recesses as well, where the dirt's that little bit more stubborn. This is like your Jif. And of course, remember I grew up with Jif. This is amazing, and I will get in there and use that. So $6.56, and I've probably, the last time I made this, because I make this myself using a combination of the Thieves cleaner and a couple of other products, including the essential oil and Thieves and extra lemon essential oil. Probably, I know, well before I moved, so maybe around about August last year. So that's pretty amazing, isn't it? And that's pretty cheap for our family. So remembering that replaces your pasty type cleaning products that you might use to clean out those stubborn areas. Was there any others I wanted to talk to you about? Actually, what I was going to say is that I do keep a smaller version of this one under my sink. Again, fancy labeling. I'm just so fancy. Thieves Scrub, I keep this under my sink. So that is really handy as well. So this is pretty much all I wanted to talk to you about is the price of that particular product, Thieves. I love Thieves. So if you don't know the smell, it's an amazing smell. And I think the one that comes out at me the most is cinnamon, and a combination of cinnamon and clove. This is so good that I use it in a bunch of other ways, but I'm not going to go into those now because I did want to keep this brief. But I did want to say to you that if you're going to start with a product in Young Living, I would go with Thieves Household Cleaner. The other things you can make, and I have made, but I don't have it here in front of me, is a window cleaner. So I will use this. What do I put in my window cleaner? Vinegar and lemon, drops of lemon. And that is a streak-free clean in a squeezy bottle. And I put that on. I've got these big windows now I've just moved into a new house and got these beautiful windows, but the dogs slobber all over them. And then yesterday, the 14-year-old decided to put his fingers and his mouth all over it as well. And so this morning I had to get out there and clean it. And it took 2 seconds and it was streak-free. So I love that. Now that window cleaner was $1.20. So I'm not sure if you're going to find Windex for that cheap, and neither are you going to find products that are going to be so good for you. All right, so you are not breathing and you in chemicals, and you don't have that terrible taste at the back of your mouth. So the one thing, and the reason I will finish with this, the reason that I went for Thieves is that I had so many applications. You can use it to wash your dogs. Can you believe that? Yes, you can. It's safe enough to wash your dogs with. You can use it for, and I do use this for my dishwasher. You know how your dishwasher can get disgusting and lots of really bad smells. So this goes in my dishwasher for the clean. So I'll put that in the compartment where the soap usually goes. I'll put vinegar in my dish rinse part, put it on the hottest wash I can, and I open that up. And and this is another thing that you can make with this is actual dish powder. And if you know what it's like when you open up your dishwasher and you smell that, oh, it's just horrible, that smell from those toxic dishwasher tablets. It's just horrible. You can get rid of that. You can make dishwasher tablets or just dishwasher powder from this as well. So you can see this is amazing. And what I love is that it just comes to me straight to my house, and I don't have to go around looking for, different various products. I just get them all from the one product. So I'm going to have a look and see if there are any questions. You can relate to the dog slobber, Gina. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, well, dog slobber and teenage slobber. Yes. No other questions I can see. Just everyone telling their mates to get this product. It's a really good one. I think that's about it. A couple of other things. Jewelry cleaner. It is fabulous for jewelry cleaner. It's also really fabulous for polishing wood. So all my floors get done. I do my floors with this, and I would again only use one cap in a good sized tub of not even hot water, just kind of warm to hot, not crazy. And then I wash my floors with that, and they're all wooden, and they look great afterwards. So how good is that? Please talk to the person who sent you this link. Talk to me, I don't mind. And let's get busy cleaning. All right, but actually let's get busy being healthy, because what we are using as we clean is really good for us. All right, I think that's it. I don't see any other questions. Replay, glad to see some people are here on the replay or nearly on the replay. Haven't finished yet, but that's cool. It has been a pleasure being with you for these last however many minutes. Let's see how long that took me. A little bit longer than it needed to. Have a really great evening, and I will see you again. Bye.